the sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's a 2nd down. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. 4th down, here's Wilson.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick. 20!
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the...
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young
able to record his 5th sack of the season. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Now Wilson on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long.
Now Wilson. 17 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a 7th and 8th. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket,
but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got Mason complete. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. The fullback comes through with a big play there. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. Huntley to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Here's Huntley. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. These two teams all tied after 1. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
To throw, Huntley. That one caught. It's the rookie De'Ami Brown.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Throwing on first down. Huntley escaping the pressure right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Huntley. And that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks. but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
Flushed out right. Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Second down at 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Now it's Wilson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Balaj. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run here with Balaj. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. A 77-yard punt return. And Washington has taken the lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And got his man. Complete. Touchdown. Miles Boykin, 85 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Myers connects on the PAT. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Benson Mayowa in there to bury him for a loss of 11. 2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. From the gun, Huntley. This is caught. It's Brown. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Huntley swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, Pollard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, Huntley. Buying time to his left. And he'll let one go deep for Howard. And that is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Off play action. Huntley. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington has taken the lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Here's Moore. He will return it. And he returns this to the 22. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Able to fight through one tackle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with a Washington football team on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
And
that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. They'll run on first down. Pollard. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Off the play fake, Huntley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. So 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Huntley. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going for it all. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And his kick here is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go play action with Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They run it with Balaj. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he floats one there, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception?
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off play action. Huntley. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, Huntley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, You don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 7 yards to pick up there.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball.
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Balaj. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And does Washington have it? They do.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Bobby Wagner, the all-pro, in on the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Huntley escaping the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll decide to keep this once more. He gives it up, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6. Operating from the gun, Huntley. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. He hits his target, Lockett. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back. So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it. They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Washington, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.